The mistake that most CEOs and owners and sales managers that I work with make when they're trying to build a great sales team is that they think they need a bunch of A-player closers and then everything's gonna magically work out. You see, we're working with companies that are 1 or 2 sales reps, that are 50 sales reps, that are 300 plus sales reps. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a lot like playing sports. You can have the best players on the team. That doesn't mean you're gonna win championships. You need great leadership. You need to have the right plays in place. You need to have the right coaching, the right training. So just like sports, if you're trying to build a great sales team, you actually only need good salespeople as long as you have great systems, great coaching, great training, great accountability, great leadership. And if you have great systems in place for that, you can actually hire good sales reps, which are much more abundant than A-player closers, good sales reps, and get great results. On top of that, if you have great systems in place, great mentoring, great coaching, all that in place, you're going to attract more of those A-player closers. So yes, you still want those A-player closers, but what you want more than anything is to have systems in place that can make good sales reps great. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you the 5 essentials that you need to build a great sales team so that you can get good salespeople into it and get great results. Also, make sure to stay till the end because I am going to give you a bonus training that you can give to all of your sales team on how to close the deal, how to handle objections, and so that you can take any of the leads that are coming into your business and actually convert them at a high rate. But before I jump into the video and give you the keys to building a great sales team, make sure to subscribe and click that bell so that every time we drop a new video, you can get notification of that because we want to help you. We want to help you sell more, we want to help you scale more, and we want to help you reach your goals. So grab a pen and paper, take some notes because I don't want you spending the next 6 to 12 months to 2 years knocking your head against the wall and wondering why you can't get a sales team that closes. You have to understand, most companies will not get this right. So you getting the sales team portion of your company right can make the difference between you actually becoming a company that succeeds and thrives and one that is just surviving. Most businesses will not get this right, so pay attention. Essential number 1 is that you have to have a goal and a dream and a vision for the company so big and massive that all of your sales team, all of your operations, all of your employees' dreams fit with inside of that. Let me give you an example. Say that you have a goal to be at $1 or $2 million a year. You see, if you have a high thinking sales rep that wants to make $500,000 or $1 million a year, and your big company goal is to make $2 million a year, their dream does not fit inside of that. They would have to sell $10 million a year to get to their goal. And if with your company, if your goal is less than 10 million or less than 50 million, they're probably gonna say, my goal doesn't really fit inside this company. So you have to have a goal so big, so audacious that when you bring new talent in, employees, closers, that they're gonna go, wow, all of my personal, all of my professional, and all of my financial goals can be met with inside this organization. Essential number 2 is that you wanna hire your sales reps in pairs. Why do you wanna do that? Well, let's give 2 scenarios. One scenario is that you just hired one person and then you're training them, you're working with them, you're hoping that they close, you're getting them up and going, 90 days go by, maybe they work out, maybe they don't. But you just spent 90 days one-on-one with this person, training them one-on-one, and if at the end of the 90 days they don't work out, you're back to square one, you have to hire another person. Let's do another scenario. You hire 2 people at the same time, it takes you the exact same time to train both of them at the same time. On top of that, those 2 people can do role plays outside, so they're actually training more than you would have if you would have just had one person. On top of that, as they are going about their week, setting their numbers, hitting their numbers, there becomes a little healthy competition. They're seeing Bob hit these numbers, and then Bob seeing Sally hit these numbers, and it's gonna elevate the effort that they're putting in. On top of that, imagine 90 days goes by, you have a better chance that both of them are gonna work out, but let's just say one doesn't work out. At the end of the 90 days, you're not back to square one. You actually have 1 sales rep out of 2, and you can now hire more if you would like to. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever hired somebody that you thought was gonna change the game? they were going to work out, whether it was a salesperson or an operations manager. You just thought, man, they interviewed so well, they were so great. And then a month went by, and I'll keep giving them a chance. And then 2 months, and then 3 months, and 6 months, and who knows how long you let that keep going. But we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that there's clear expectations. We don't want to be hiring one person and hope they won't work out. We want to hire 2s, 4s, 6s, 8. We want to hire them in pairs, in groups, in big, large numbers, so that if half of them don't work out, we still have people that can generate business in the sales department. You keep hearing me say 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. Why am I saying that? Because this is essential. Number 3 is that you have to have a 90-day clear roadmap that you're going to say, hey, we need these goals met, these activities done, these results delivered in 90 days. Otherwise, we're going to part ways. Okay, so why do we do this? Well, it's very important. You have to have clear expectations on 2 fronts. One, on behavior KPIs. Meaning, how many calls are they making? How many proposals are they sending out? These are activity type key performance indicators. We call them behavior KPIs. So what are the activities that you're expecting of them on a day, on a week, on a month, on that 90-day basis? What are you looking to see? Now, on the other side, you have result KPIs. What are the results delivered? How many leads were generated? How many deals were closed? What revenue was brought in? Etc., etc. So you want to have both clear activity and behavioral KPIs and clear result KPIs that you want to see in 90 days from this person, clearly laid out from the beginning. This does a few things for you. One, it lets you know if they're on track day by day, week by week. You're tracking those numbers so that you can adjust and make it as easy as possible for them to actually succeed, because they know what activities they need to do to succeed. Another thing that this does for you is it allows you to have a very clear cutoff that at the end of the 90 days, they did not hit those marks. You know it, they know it, the team knows it. That person is going to be gone. Now you part way as friends, you give them honor, you give them respect, but you just say, hey, we need somebody that can fulfill the duties of this role. Now, this allows you to also part way. Have you ever had those times where you're working with somebody, everybody knows their performance is low, they know they're not producing? Another thing that this does is it actually lets people know, hey, here's what I need to do to succeed. Most people don't want to fail. Most people want to succeed. So if you show them, here's what it would take for you to succeed in this role, they're going to push for that. And if we do the pairs, the 2s, the 4s, they're going to be competitive on that. If Bob sees Sally hitting these high activity KPIs, Sally's gonna be like, man, or whatever the names, right? Mix them up. But we're gonna have one rep competing against the other rep with activities. And if you have the activities high, guess what? The results will follow. Essential number 4 ties right into that. You need to have a leaders board. Everybody on the team, everybody in the sales team, everybody in the whole entire company should see the game that's being played called sales. They should see the score, just like you're at a sports game and you see the score up on the scoreboard. That makes the game interesting. You know who's winning. You know who's moving the ball forward. You know who's making that happen. And you want to have a leaders board that shows both their activity and behavior KPIs, who's sending out the most emails, who's doing the most calls, and the results KPIs, who's generating the most leads, who's generating the most closed sales, who's generating the most revenue. Because now you're going to create a very clear competition here, and very healthy competition where it's going to make your team work a lot harder. And let me say a note on that. If you see the behaviors are high, generally speaking, you're gonna see that the results will follow. Now, if you see the behaviors get low, that also allows you to do some coaching. Hey, what's going on this year? Behaviors are low. We need to get these up. What's happening? If you see that the behaviors are high and the results are low, that means coaching. Hey, I see you're putting in a lot of activity, but you're not getting the results. Well, what areas are you struggling with? This allows you to also coach and train them better along the way. And that moves us into the final essential, which is training, coaching, motivation. They need daily motivation and training. So just imagine all of the stuff that you deal with in your life, in your personal life, in your business life. We're all dealing with a lot of things. You don't know the fight that Bob got in with his wife when he left, or the teenager that's rebelling. We don't know all these things that people are dealing with in their personal lives. And they're gonna come into work that morning and bring that in. You need to have what's called a morning momentum. It's what we do at our company every morning with the entire team, where we talk about the wins. Here's the wins that we've had this week. Here's the wins we've had with this. We don't talk any negativity in this meeting. It's all about wins. What we want to do is create an environment, a space where, hey, despite everything going in your life, this room is the safe room that you can go for your goals. You can go for your dreams. We can win together. We can believe for each other together in this room. So you have that morning momentum so that you're starting every day off as a fresh start for all of your sales reps. And we actually do it for all of our operations. You also need the training, ongoing training, audio books, physical books you're making them read. You have to have online video courses. You have to have every different type of media you can. You need them reading and feeding every single day. They should be leveling up every single day. There's not one great, phenomenal sales rep that I've ever known that was not constantly reading and feeding. You have to make sure that your team is getting constant and regular training, not just on a sometimes basis, but on a daily basis. They also need to know, remember what their goals are. So have them remind themselves of their goals. If they haven't already written down their personal, professional, and financial goals, you need to make sure that they're doing that so that every day as they get in, they get on those phones, they get on those calls, they're reminded of why they're doing it, because sales is the most difficult role that you're gonna have in the world. It's very difficult. You deal with more rejection in one day than most people are gonna deal with in an entire month or an entire year in some cases. So you have to have that reason why they're doing it in front of them always, and it has to be their reason, it has to be their goal. So make sure that you have the daily motivation, make sure that you know what their personal, professional, financial goals are, and make sure that they're reminded of that on a daily basis. And like I said in the last essential, if you see behavior or result KPIs dipping down, that's not a time to yell at them. That's a time to go, coach, hey, what can I do to help make you successful with this? Hey, where are you getting snagged up? And either they're gonna work out or they're not, but your best chances of getting them to work out is not yelling at them, it's coaching them, it's helping them. Hey, what can I do to make you successful? Hey, I see your activity KPIs are down. What am I doing wrong? What are we doing wrong that can help you out? Do that better. Hey, I see your results are down, your activity's high, but your results are down. What can we do to help you get better results? What area can we help you with? And maybe they work out, maybe they don't, but if you go and yell at them, you're gonna create somebody that could have potentially been great. They're not gonna be able to perform because people cannot perform well under stress and anxiety and all of that. You have to lift them up and encourage them. And again, everybody knows at the end of the 90 days, if they don't hit these numbers, they're not gonna be around. That's the 5 essentials that you need to build a great sales team. Now, if you stay to the end for the bonus training for your sales team, and I also have another bonus that's gonna show you how to fill up your team's calendar with hundreds, if not thousands of bookings every month so that they can close. I have a link at the end and a training at the end that you're gonna wanna see. Now, before I do that, make sure to like and subscribe, click that bell so every time we drop a new video, you get notified. And if you have any questions at all, ask in the comments. If you think I'm missing something, put it in the comments. I'm here to help you be incredibly successful. And without a great sales team, it's gonna be very, very, very hard to do that. Again, right below me is a link. You can click on that to get the free training that's gonna show you how to fill up your sales team calendar. And on the left over here, you're gonna see the playlist you can give to your sales team so that they can close month after month, year over year. Tim Dodd with the Tim Dodd Show. See you soon.